They say evil never sleeps, and in room 611, it doesn't. On board the legendary Queen Mary, a ship drenched in glory, war, and death, lies a room so haunted, even seasoned ghost hunters refuse to stay the night. Whispers in the dark, shadowy figures that vanish, screams with no source. Time stands still, the air turns cold, and something unseen watches from the shadows. What really happened in room 611? Step aboard and discover the chilling secrets that refuse to sink. The evil in room 611. The Queen Mary, once a majestic and luxurious ocean liner, is now moored in Long Beach, California, as a hotel and museum. The ship, which sailed the seas from 1936 until its retirement in 1967, is renowned for its size, elegance, and role in World War II. But beyond the historical significance, the Queen Mary has become infamous for something more chilling. It is considered one of the most haunted locations in the world. Among the numerous reports of paranormal activity, Room 611 stands out as one of the most mysterious and terrifying. It is famously known for being the site of disturbing and unexplainable events, ranging from ghostly apparitions and eerie noises to an overwhelming sense of evil and dread. But what is it that makes Room 611 so sinister? Why has it earned the chilling reputation of the evil in Room 611? This story begins not only with the supernatural reports tied to the room, but also with the darker history of the ship itself. Through investigating both the room's haunting and the Queen Mary's legacy, we can uncover a truly bizarre and unsettling mystery. Known for its speed and elegance, the Queen Mary carried celebrities, aristocrats, and world leaders across the Atlantic. However, with the outbreak of World War II, the ship was repurposed as a troop transport vessel. During its wartime service, the Queen Mary saw immense loss of life. It transported soldiers and refugees, and many people died aboard due to accidents, illness, and the sheer stress of wartime travel. There were also violent encounters on board, including collisions with other ships and the potential for internal mutiny or rebellion. As a result, the Queen Mary became a vessel steeped in tragedy, and this dark history has led some to believe it is haunted. Over the years, ghost hunters, paranormal investigators, and even casual visitors have reported sightings of spirits, strange noises, and unexplained phenomena. Many of these reports are centered around specific areas of the ship, including the infamous Room 611. Some theorists speculate that the room's haunting is tied to sailors who died in an accident aboard the ship, or that it's somehow tied to the intense emotional atmosphere of wartime. While Room 611 is the center of this particular haunting, the Queen Mary itself is widely considered one of the most haunted places on Earth due to the sheer number of deaths and tragic events that occurred aboard the ship. As a troop transport ship, many soldiers, crew members, and civilians lost their lives during its voyages. One of the most well-known tragedies occurred in 1942 when the Queen Mary collided with another ship, resulting in the deaths of 300 men. Many paranormal experts argue that the massive loss of life on the ship created an environment ripe for ghostly activity. In particular, the energy left behind from traumatic or untimely deaths can manifest itself in a phenomenon called residual haunting, where the negative energy of an event is imprinted onto a space and becomes a recurring force. In this theory, the tragic deaths and emotional turmoil experienced on the ship might have created an imprint on the ship itself, resulting in paranormal occurrences that repeat over time. This form of haunting is not typically associated with spirits actively interacting with the living, but rather with energy that remains long after the initial event. Another supernatural explanation is that Room 611 might be the site of an intelligent haunting, where a spirit or entity is actively trying to make contact with the living. This would explain the interactive nature of the haunting, such as the screams, whispers, and the shadowy figures often seen by guests. Skeptics suggest that the events surrounding Room 611 could be attributed to electromagnetic fields and environmental factors that affect the mind. EMF is known to cause feelings of unease, and some believe that the ship's old wiring could create a buildup of EMF energy that contributes to the unsettling atmosphere in certain rooms, including Room 611. In addition, psychological factors could play a significant role. People who expect to experience paranormal events may be more likely to perceive them due to a phenomenon known as pareidolia, in which the brain interprets ambiguous stimuli as familiar patterns, such as a figure or face. The mind can also play tricks in a space where one expects to feel fear or anxiety. Many people who have stayed in room 611 have shared their eerie experiences. Some of the most memorable stories include guests who have reported waking up to find someone standing at the foot of their bed. Others have described hearing loud knocks on the door, followed by complete silence when they open it, finding nothing but the empty hallway. In one particularly spine-chilling account, a guest reported feeling a cold hand placed on their shoulder during the night, only to turn around and find that no one was there. Others have described an oppressive sense of dread that overtakes them upon entering the room, with some feeling so uncomfortable that they check out early or refuse to stay. The mystery of room 611 aboard the Queen Mary is an ongoing and unsettling enigma. Whether it's the result of traumatic events, the ship's dark history, or the energies left behind by the countless souls who perished aboard the vessel, the room continues to attract those seeking answers to its eerie reputation. While there may never be a definitive explanation for the events that occur in room 611, its legacy as a site of supernatural activity endures. As long as the Queen Mary remains a hotel and museum, guests will continue to encounter the chilling presence of the evil in room 611.